Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I promised you guys I would give you all a Q&A for this year, and here we are. I'm giving you all 30 questions. This is a 30 question Q&A. It's going to be a lot, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and I can't wait to do this with you guys. You guys ready? So before I start saying off the questions, I stream Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sometimes I'm a little late, just 5-10 minutes. I just do that. And I stream Tuesday and Thursday nights from 8:30 p.m. until whenever I decide to go to bed. I primarily stream on Twitch, but I also restream to YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. So choose your platform, watch me wherever. I hope you all enjoy. Love you guys so much. All right, let's get started with this Q&A. First question is, what is your favorite thing about stream/community? My favorite thing about stream is I get to bond, interact, mingle, and chill with some of the most amazing human beings I have ever in my life ever met. And yeah, that's kind of the big meat and grits of that whole thing. I love people. I love you guys. Y'all make me light up every time I see you, even when you're having a bad day. The fact that you're coming to me to spend time with me is amazing, and I love that so much. Okay, question number 2. No question, just don't stop being you. I enjoy. Aww, you should see my face right now. Aww, it's so cute. Okay. Question number 3. What inspired/caused you to start streaming? Do you think it was the best idea ever? This is a really good question. So what inspired me to start streaming? My friend Vinny is the one that asked me to start streaming because I was in the middle of a gaming rut. I was playing World of Warcraft and I was upset. I felt blah. I was hitting that weird feeling like I'm playing video games, but I want to share with people. I want to share with people what I'm doing, what I'm playing, how I'm playing. I want to give commentary. I wanted to do things, but it just didn't happen. So Vinny, y'all know Vinny, Wrathbringer, he suggested, hey, why not just live stream? And I told him, if I try live streaming and I go all in, you know what's going to happen. And he said, just do it. I'll support you all the way. And here I am almost 6 years later. Because it's what? December 14th? Yeah, we got about a month. And I'm going to hit 6 years then doing this. So, everybody say, thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Vinny. And do I think it was the best idea ever? Yes, I do. I didn't realize how much I would love this. I've seen the worst of the worst out of some people. I've seen the best of the best of some people. Overall, it's just been a phenomenal experience. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Question number 4. What texture pack are you using? Question 5. How do you decide what type of content works for your audience? I don't know. All right, I have to tell on myself a little bit here because this answer is probably going to shock some of you all. I know I've been doing this for 6 years. I know that I've been really I've been straight up winging every day. I wing it every day. The days that I plan to do something, I try to hype it up the best of my ability and I try to put on the best me that I can. But I'll be honest, I can't do anything but be me. I am as natural on camera as I am off camera. The only difference is I like to say a couple wordy dirds here and there. I'm 37, I'm an adult, it's gonna happen. I do swear a little bit off stream, away from content, I do say bad words, but when I first started streaming, I was non-family friendly at all, and a lot of my military humor came out. And when I saw that it wasn't working and my son was also starting to pick up some of the nasty things I was saying, I had to make a change. And once I saw people really loving the idea that a content creator like myself was not dropping the F-bombs and I was being just myself, I just rolled with it. And to this day, I just roll with it. I don't make scripts. I don't make talking points. I literally just start the stream up and I tell myself every day, we're going to see where this day goes. And if we run out of stuff to talk, then I just sit there and play. Sometimes I'll hum. Sometimes I'll make fun of one of the mods or poke at them or try to start up a conversation. Like, for example, hey everybody, what kind of blocks are you building with lately? What have you changed your build theme? What kind of build themes are you doing? See what I'm saying? And that usually correlates with what anybody's doing because we all bonded and met each other through Minecraft. So to answer your question, I wing it every day and I have no clue. If people come in and tune in and it works, then it works. Okay, number 6. What is your favorite part about streaming? Has the favorite changed since the beginning of you streaming? If so, why do you think that is? My favorite part about streaming is, I get to play one of my favorite games and build and do and feel and think any way that I want to, playing my most favorite game, and I get to make commentary over top of it. Like it's literally an ADHD person's dream. I have ADHD. It's a dream for me. I get to multitask, entertain, and in light of it, I get to support my family because of it. Has it changed? A little bit. When I first started streaming, I never thought I'd go anywhere with it. I figured I wasn't that interesting. And to this day, I feel like this too. I am boring. A lot of people like to think there's a lot going on, or there's a lot to me. There's not that much going on. There really isn't. My brain, I'm a pretty simple human being to figure out. Like when I'm off stream, I have to be busy doing something. Either I'm writing something, or I'm playing with the kids, or I'm playing a video game, or I'm just doing something. I'm not it's very easy to predict me. If you sit down and think about it, I'm very easy to predict because I like taking paths of least resistance. I honestly do. Most logical and least resistance. When I first started streaming, I honestly didn't think it would go anywhere. I didn't have any hopes for it. And then as I saw this thing had potential, then I started just liking just to play Minecraft. And then I started liking the people. And now my favorite one, like I said in the beginning of the video, like I love hanging out with you all every day. I love meeting new people. I like teasing the trolls. I just generally love live streaming. Like, even if I didn't have a microphone and I was just able to live stream, I would love doing that too. It's just such a marvelous experience, and I love every second of it. Hopefully I answered your question. So hopefully I answered it good. If you had to pick one of your greatest streaming moments, what would it be? Oh, God. It would have to be the day my father passed away. And back then, I didn't really share too much of my personal life because I didn't want people to figure out who I was, what I did, that kind of thing. Because, showing that kind of emotion on camera, for me, I get embarrassed because I'm one of those ones that are skeptical that someone's going to take what's wrong with me and use it to their advantage and try to crush me. And that day I found out my mother called me. My mother called me that morning and told me my father passed away in the hospital. Not the hospital, the nursing home. And my other brother, sister, my other grandmother, and their mother, aka my mom's youngest sister, was there as well. And I was mad. I'll never forget the emotions. I was mad. I was confused. I was upset. I had no idea he was on his dying bed. I was literally the most unstable I've ever been that day. And I did not live stream. I did live stream. And I started talking about what was wrong, and out of nowhere, and these people, I don't even remember their names anymore, but they rated me, and they were so nice to me, and because these people never met me. And at the time, Facebook gaming was a very hostile place for family-friendly people like me. And one of the people that rated me, some of them stayed, and to this day, they still stayed around. And it showed me legit how wholesome the streaming world is. It can be, if you let it. It literally opened my eyes and showed me that there are nice people out there. They're not out there trying to gain anything. They're not out there trying to push their name about raids and promotions and all that streamer drama crap. There's actual legit people out there that care genuinely about the human populace, and that was a massive wake-up call for me. And I'll never forget it. It changed the way and dynamics that I do content, and hopefully I can pay it forward one day. Unfortunately, the people that rated me that day, they no longer live stream. Some of them don't even have pages anymore, so I can't even thank them to this day or call them out in this video. I can't call them out in this video. I can't give them thanks. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. What got you into streaming and deciding what games to play? Excuse me. The question is, what got you into streaming and deciding what games to play, and what is it that motivates you to continue day to day? Vinny got me, I think I answered this earlier. Vinny got me into streaming, and I originally was going to be a World of Warcraft streamer. A lot of people don't know this, and I don't share it too much, but I was trying to be a WoW streamer. That's how I met Miss Monkenpaw. We met through Panzer, aka Trade Chat. Back in the WoW days, she was like a massive, the website used to be called Thoughtbot. I don't even know if it's up anymore, but it used to be a big, massive wiki for WoW players. And she was like one of the head people of making WoW stuff and strategies and things like that, and updates and that kind of stuff. And me and Monkenpaw, we've been friends ever since, but I could never get World of Warcraft to go anywhere viewer-wise. No matter what I did, no matter what costumes I wore, no matter what commentary I made, I don't know what it is about WoW, but I just could not get it to go anywhere. So then after about 2 months of WoW, I went to Minecraft, and well, here I am, still making Minecraft content. And what motivates me day to day? Minecraft's fun. I'd be playing this if I wasn't streaming. So I just continue to play, and I will always continue to play. And whether I have content with me or not, Minecraft has been one of the greatest games I've ever played, because I can continue to explore and build and do things that I can't do in any other game. The first thing I like to do when I play a game like this is I look down and I try to burrow as far below as I can to see what the potential is. And if I can't burrow underground, my opinion on the game drastically changes, because Minecraft has spoiled me for that. So yeah, I'd be playing Minecraft if I wasn't streaming. I'd still be playing. So the only difference I did was I started hitting the like button, and I just keep being me. Though I'd say the number one thing that motivates me is knowing that there's people waiting on me to see what I do, what I say. People care about how I feel, what I'm doing, what I say, what I'm capable of, what my future of this project or that project or that kind of thing. That's what motivates me. It's people. So I guess the TLDR of that is people actually care. So yeah, that's my answer. Let's see. What is something you feel very passionate about? Water features, fish tanks, kids, raising kids. Yeah, kids futures. And it may not be the response you were expecting, but yeah. So let me give you all a little context. When I was growing up, my mother, and I love her dearly, and I don't hold any of this against her, I was my mother's best friend, but I was also her oldest son. I was her best friend, and I pretty much heard everything that happened as far as bills and that kind of thing. And seeing how that gave me anxiety every day, going, oh no, may not have power today, or oh no, this and that. I made it a very strong point to never do that in front of the kids. Never, ever. Anytime, even when me and Luna have disagreements or arguments, I take it to another room, or I just don't say nothing, and I try to bring it up later after the kids go to bed. I don't want the kids to see that kind of stuff or know about it until they're old enough to be able to mentally process it. And I'm not trying to say that to put any dog, dirt, or anything like that on my family. I love my mother. She did her best, but the situation we had, and I will never, ever, ever, ever be mad at her or anything like that. I love my mother, and if it wasn't for my mother, I wouldn't be the amazing, successful man, human being, previous soldier that I am. But I always, like, I see it in public all the time, like people yelling at their kids in front of, like yelling at their kids or yelling at their significant other about this or that in front of the kids, and I mentally shut down, and I really want to do something about it. And there's not much I can do. It's like if you take a piece of steak and you throw it in a pig of pins. Wait, that's a stupid, man, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. That's one thing I'm very passionate about, is people, adults, arguing in front of their kids. Like, I can't. It triggers me. That is one thing that honestly legit triggers me. Do I have any pet peeves? Oh, man. Like, my real pet peeves, I hate being interrupted. I think if there's any pet peeve, I think even my wife would agree with, I can't stand being interrupted. If I'm in the middle of talking to you or telling you about my day or talking about a topic or something like that, and you come up and interrupt me, that's it. I'm done. I will stop all conversation. My brain will stop functioning, and I will either walk away, throw my hands up, or I just straight up stop talking, and I'll be like, oh no, everything's good. It's fine. And I'll just continue on with whatever we're doing. I'll keep my comments and everything to myself. I won't say nothing else. I cannot stand if I give the respect to you or anyone else and listen to everything you have to say. If you try to overtalk me or interrupt me with something completely not of topic or something that would derail the conversation, in my brain it says, oh, well, my thing ain't that interesting. You're not interested in what I have to say, and that's it. I'm done. And if you're not related to me, I probably won't try to initiate another conversation with you, because I don't take interruptions very well at all. Just ask Luna next time you ever get the chance to talk to her. Just ask her how much I like it. I don't. And Luna tries so hard sometimes to get me back into the topic or a conversation. I'm just like, no. I'm done. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm done. So one of my biggest pet peeves is that. As far as content, I have pet peeves, but they're not enough to matter to talk about, I guess. Like, I guess a small one is like, if it's gonna be a little odd talking about this, but I don't want anybody to get offended. If anybody feels offended, feel free to put below that you were uncomfortable with me talking about this topic. But one of my pet peeves in streaming is, and I have nothing against people going live. If anybody wants to make content, I always encourage everybody, even if you're not into making content, at least make a video once a month. At least one video. Talk about what you're doing. Talk about what you're playing. Talk about your experiences. Talk about what you're building or playing, what your future that you want to do in that game or other games or your variety. At least once a month on YouTube, Twitch, whatever. One video a month just to keep a log of what you're doing. Maybe 2 years down the road, you want to go, hey, what video am I doing? What video game did I play 2 years ago? You could pull up that video and know exactly what you played. But one of my pet peeves is somebody that's brand new to streaming, or they come to me and they're like, man, I'm gonna start streaming. And I'm like, again, you know, good luck. It's gonna be a great thing. You're gonna have fun. You know, I'll motivate somebody till the end of the earth. Like, I don't mind that. It's when those same people, they'll leave for a month. They come back and expect me to raid them. And the way I do my raids, I mean, you're free to clip this, segment it, whatever, I don't care. If I raid you, that means I've seen your content. I feel comfortable enough to raid you, and I just generally just want to be there. I don't like putting up this facade that I'm raiding you because I like you, because you have viewers that I want. I don't stand for that. I don't like that. I will never, ever be fake in that. And it's not like I don't like raiding new people that stream, whether I've known them for years or not. I just don't normally raid people that just start. I remember when I just started and I was a complete, and it's not like I'm saying everyone that's new is a jerk. I'm not saying that, but I want to give them a chance to make sure they like what they're doing, because for too long I've rated people that they're like, yeah, I'm gonna live stream, yeah, I'm gonna do all these things, I'm gonna make all this content, I'm gonna be streaming for years, and da 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 da. I start raiding them, things start going good for them for about a month, life catches up, and then they quit. And then 6 months later, they expect me to go jumping back on the bandwagon to like hype them up, do this and this and that. I'm like, no, I'm not here to hype other people up. I mean, I'm here to motivate you, but I'm not going to, I'm trying to word this without sounding like a jerk, but maybe I am sounding like a jerk. And at this point, I care, but I know how I am. I'm not gonna lie to myself of what I feel. I always get upset when I raid new people that just start streaming, or they're just dipping their toes in it. And so half the time, and I'm not trying to say this to the new people that like they hang around the community all the time, but over half of them, they do things that make me twitch. And I just, at this time, and unless I see them wanting to truly make it and truly do something with their content, I won't raid. And sometimes people get the bad idea, like if they're in my community for like 2 or 3 years, they decide to start streaming and they don't understand why I don't raid them or anything. It's not that I don't like them. It's not that I don't love them. It's, I want to make sure this is something they really want to do before I send my community over there. Does that make sense? Because when you start live streaming, you're essentially becoming your own entity in this massive streaming world. You're a pea in a giant pot full of other peas. That some are bigger, some are smaller, some are a lot bigger. But that's just the analogy of it. And like I said, I have friends in the community, I have friends in the streaming world, and half of them I'll never raid just because either they don't make family-friendly content or it's not consistent, so I don't raid them. And I'm not trying to say that to be offensive. It's just, it is what it is. That's just how I am. And again, if that makes me a jerk, I mean, I never said I was perfect. So hopefully that answered that pet peeve, the pet peeve question. That was a loaded one. When I first read that, when that one came in, I was a little bit nervous to read that one, but I think it's okay. I think you guys see where I'm coming from. And if you get offended, feel free, put down below in the video that upset you, that kind of thing. I got you. I still respect and love all of you. All right, next question. Who are some of the most important people in your life you couldn't imagine living without, and why would you say that is? I couldn't imagine living without my wife. She's been my best friend since high school. Through thick and thin, through all my trauma, through all my crap, even through the army. Both Kosovo, Iraq, everything. She's been there. And when I mean she's been there, she's been there. She's always had my back. She's always there for me. Even when she's mad at me, she's still there for me. I can't, that's just, it's something I will never, ever, ever, I couldn't live without her. Like, that's my baby. She's my wife, she's my baby, she's my friend, she's my wife, she's everything. I can't. I don't know how this world would be if I didn't have her in my life. Let's see. Yeah, I think I answered that whole question. See, next is, what is something that you think someone would never be able to guess about you just by looking at you? Ooh, interesting. I listen to video game music, and in my free time, all I do is either play video games or write stories about fantasy things, like a Final Fantasy type story. Anytime people look at me, they think three things. One, I'm a hard. Two, I used to be a previous bodybuilder, weightlifter, previous football player. Or number three, they think that I don't know. I don't know what people think. I don't normally wonder that stuff. But people usually get completely blown away when they find out I'm a live streamer. They would think that I'm a weightlifter, that kind of thing. They never think that I'm a full-time live streamer for kids. Like, nobody ever. Families and kids. Let me rephrase. Yeah, people don't usually think that I do that line of work. Let's see. What is the hardest challenge or obstacle that you've had to overcome? Oh man. I'd say getting over the military to civilian transition. Yeah, that was my hardest. Because when I got out of the military, no, even when I got back from Iraq, I saw, like, after all the experiences I had in Iraq, and altogether, I did not see civilians for, I didn't like civilians much at all. Like, I was a really big jerk. My Facebook is full of ways that I trolled other people just because of how entitled people felt and how they acted and that kind of thing. And it took me, I think, about a couple months before I started live streaming to understand that, everybody goes through different ways in life, and life changes people, and not all civilians are garbage. But then again, you got those ones that argue about 50 cents difference at a McDonald's if someone got the same amount of food and 50-cent difference. Like, stuff like that, I don't even sweat. And I'd rather see my effort be put in something else than worried about that 50 cents. But maybe that's just me being oblivious or whatever. But yeah. Next question. What are some hobbies and what made you get into them? My hobbies are fish and writing. I've always loved fish, and I've always wanted aquariums. And because of live streaming, and I wanted a good, natural, organic background, I was like, hey, how about I mingle the two? So the fish are part of my content, but they're more of a hobby to me, and the plants in the tanks, even though I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the names of most of them. I don't know the names of most of them. I really don't. I just went brain dead for a sec. Sorry. What is the another hobby is well, is right. I used to I said that already. I said fish, and I used to write since I was in high school. Maybe one day I'll share those writings with the world, but yeah, nothing like no decrepit, depressing blah poems, none of that stuff. It was always like sci-fi stuff, like a Final Fantasy game meets Star Trek, stuff like that, or like there was a story I wrote about Pokemon where like Ash Ketchum and Misty and Brock, they got abducted by aliens and they got put into the realm of Middle Earth. So like Pikachu was wielding a sword and like, yeah, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff I used to write. I used to love it too. I still have some of those writings, and I wrote all of it in pencil. I used to write really, really small and in pencil. I can't remember the last time I wrote in pencil. I usually write on my, I have a Surface Pro upstairs, and I write on that. Let's see. Next question. Do you consider yourself an introvert or extrovert? How does that affect your career choice? I don't know what I am. I didn't learn what those were until after I started making content. So I have no idea how to answer that. I don't know. So the answer to that question is, I don't know. How does that affect your career choice? I guess this may better put in perspective what I am. I used to love being a people person outside of streaming, but after I do live streaming, after I do my thing, I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to mingle. I don't want to chit chat. I don't want to be social. I want to get off the computer, do my thing, and go to bed. I don't want to talk anymore. And before streaming, I'd be one of those ones that you'd run into me in a store, and if we struck up a conversation in the aisle, like you know, checking out groceries and stuff, it would just, I would carry the conversation for hours. I'd be like, you want to go over Starbucks? We keep talking. But now I'm like, when I go shopping, I'm like, I'm here to buy my groceries, and I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. So I take that for what it is. I don't know the answer to that question. Let's see. Next question is for you and Luna. What's been the hardest part of you being a full-time creator? I have a nasty work ethic. And when I mean nasty work ethic, that means no matter what I'm going through physically or emotionally, if I want to live stream, I will do it no matter what. And take note, back when my father died, my grandfather died, my dog passed away, dogs passed away. I never took breaks. I kept going no matter what. The only time I've ever taken a break from stream or not stream is if I got yelled at by Mystic, got yelled at by the community, or Luna literally told me I could not go live stream. I had to take a day off. I think Luna gets tired of that. Sometimes she really doesn't understand why I do that. And then and then there's some days where I just randomly just take a day off just because I want to take a day off. I just feel like it. So I just do it. So kind of like today, I did some Christmas stuff in my room, and I'll be sharing pictures of it later. But I just wanted to take a day off. So I just woke up and said, you know what? I just want to sit and just chill. So I just sit and chill. Let's see. This is a two-part. All right, here's this question. I don't know what number we're on, so I lost count. This is a two-part question. If you could wave a wand and bring back any old server back to its former glory, what would it be? And have you ever immediately regret shutting down a server, whether it be financial reasons or other? Well, if I could bring a server back, it would be this one. And this server literally was when I stopped playing vanilla and I went to modded for 6 years. I loved this map, but I also had the power to fly, so I don't know if that counts, but I love the fact that this was all done in vanilla. And no matter how big I build, I will never be able to reach the size and the creativity that I did in this build, because it was just so massive. I just don't have the time. Back then, I was laid off. I mean, I was able to build at work. I'd come home and build again. There was no kids. I didn't have kids at the time. It was just me, Luna, and Minecraft. And Luna too. Well, Luna actually was gone during this time. This is when she joined the military, and she was gone for basic and AIT. So for like 7 straight months, all I had was Minecraft. So it was this server. And then the question, do I regret shutting down a server? Nope. I don't regret a thing. It makes me a little sad that some servers had to go down the way they did, but do I regret it? No. I don't regret a single one. Let's see. Next question is, what is one game, not Minecraft, you wish you could have had infinite content updates? That's not Minecraft, huh? I would say infinite updates. Star Ocean, the second story. That was amazing, and so is Final Fantasy IV. I love Final Fantasy IV story, and in the sequel of Final Fantasy IV, you find out that the blue planet was actually Earth, and the red planet was Mars, and the gray behemoth was Jupiter. The asteroid belt was actually the Lunarian planet, but they destroyed it because they decided to be like Kryptonians. So, if I could have a wish like that, it would be Final Fantasy IV and or Star Ocean, the second story. Well, shoot, no. There's another one. It's called Phantasy Star, not Phantasy Star Online. The classic Phantasy Stars. Phantasy Star 2. Phantasy Star 2 literally is what made my sci-fi like brain go all sci-fi. It wasn't Star Wars. It was Phantasy Star 2. The story is dark. It's very vague, very dark, and it's just awesome. Like, if one day, if I actually had enough guts, I would actually stream it, but I'm gonna be honest, turn-based strategy RPG games, they're not entertaining for people as much anymore as they used to be. So yeah, I'll probably just leave that in the background, like I do most things. Let's see, next question. I don't have questions. Another one. I don't have questions either. Okay, here's this question is, I'm curious, and you don't have to answer this, but why do you make a month doing what? What do I make a month? Oh, money-wise. Well, the last video I had before it got completely bleh, I had a whole slideshow of how much I made each month. I roughly make, on Patreon, I make anywhere between 800 to 1,000. And on Twitch, I make about the same. Sometimes higher than most, sometimes higher, sometimes lower. I usually don't dip below 1,000 on Twitch. Patreon, 1 month can be really good. Another month could be not even $600. It just depends. So I would say roughly between Facebook, because I still get money from Facebook. Not contract money, but people subbing and ads. Yeah, before I enter this, ads. When you guys watch ads, even if you skip them, the streamer generates revenue from it. All the streams on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all those things, I do generate a type of revenue for all of that. So yeah, I make money from Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch, and Patreon. All those places combined, I make roughly $2,500 to $3,000 a month, give or take, $500. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes higher than most. So I had a montage of exactly how much I make a month, like, you know, January through now, but I lost that video and I really don't feel like recreating it. So it's roughly about $2,500 to $3,000 a month. Now remember, when I say that, it's not like I just came out the gate and just going, oh, I'm making all this money. I had to build up to it. And I use that. How I use it is, it's like this: mortgage, any kind of outstanding bills or anything like that. I put a small chunk in savings in case something bad happens the next month. I put stuff towards the kids, groceries, car, that kind of thing. And then whatever's left, I try to invest it back in the business, aka streaming. And then whatever's left after that, I use that for fun stuff. Like, I'll go to Subway or something like that once or twice or something like that. So hopefully that answered your question. And I don't mind being an open book about my finances. I don't mind, because you all support me. Y'all have a right to know where your money goes. Next question. Have you ever encountered any negativity while gaming online? Oh man. I've had whole groups of communities leave the community over Minecraft, over, God, this is a loaded topic, but I'm gonna try to keep it short. I've had people get upset over a silly comment over a build. I mean, so upset, like they literally like did everything under the sun to fragment everything over a silly comment about a build. I've had people literally schedule events for me to be there and not tell me, or try to tell me, expecting me to drop everything like towards Christmas Day to be there when they knew I couldn't, and then try to fragment the community to leave in that situation. I've had people get upset that I borrowed diamonds. There was some situations in WoW. I could sit here and talk about it until I'm blue in the face. This is a very loaded question. And if you guys want to, I may have to put that in a separate video. If you guys want to see a separate video of that, please put it down below. Do you guys want to hear about the negativity in gaming online, like in general? I don't want to give specifics. I've moved on from all that mess, but have I experienced it? Absolutely. How did I deal with it? I've had support groups. I've had support groups to kind of mingle with and kind of talk about it, make myself feel better, that kind of thing. You don't really, I don't know how to word that right. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to really word that, but have I? Yes. And it can be over the dumbest things. It's over the dumbest of things. I will share this experience though. When I first started streaming, when I was on Facebook, I did boost my page to 10,000 followers on Facebook. I did boost my page, and people saw numbers, people stayed, and I became very well established because I invested a couple $100s in advertisement on Facebook 6 years ago. I did do that. Other creators kind of saw what I was doing. And so there's a company out there called Pipeline, okay? It's called Pipeline. And everybody was all cool and excited. All the top, like one of the top creators on Facebook was making this cool thing on how to make content, all this and that. And Pipeline's huge now, but Pipeline was gonna be like this cool strategy thing on how to stream and all this and all that. And I joined it myself for about a month. And then I left it because I was just like, why do I want to? Because by that point, I knew how I wanted to do my content. And I'm not trying to say I was better than Pipeline, but it's not like I needed advice on how to live stream, because I already knew by then. I already knew where I wanted to go, how I wanted to make content, and that kind of thing. So I just didn't need it personally. Well, I kept trying to want to. I was out there on Facebook. I was networking, I was trying to. How do you call it? I was trying to mingle and work and get to know people. Well, people started adding me to their ban list, and I never found out why. I never found out until about 6 months later. And back then, I wasn't I wasn't known very well in the streaming community. And I'm going to tell you guys why here in a second. On Facebook, apparently there was a side group that got made on side of Pipeline, a quote free version. And they had like a big captain, and they had a bunch of other people on the side, and it was something cool, but it was all made up of people that put me on this magic list. And anytime I tried to go by any of these people's streams, they'd ban me. They'd mute me, they'd ban me, they would slander me. And I never figured out why. So I found their Discord and I joined it. I was like, hey guys, what's up? And there was a lot of people that were generally excited that I was there, except the captains. They kicked me out within 2 minutes. And then I was friends with a creator at one point. I'm not going to mention their names. And I kept going like, why did they do that? Why did they do that? He's like, I don't know. He became one of their officers. And then eventually they stopped talking to me as well. But again, not mentioning any names. I found out later, and this is after we had a Twitter altercation. This Twitter altercation, I was like, I didn't say nothing mean. I said something. I saw them post something, and I was like, hey, that looks like a really cool, event. Good luck, guys, or something like that. And they got smart with me. And then that conversation carried. It was a little nonsense. I'm not going to lie. It was a little nonsense. And then they used my slogan, the keep it hugs. They put keep it hugs at the end of it. And then they blocked me on Twitter. And then at that point, I kind of felt alone. And I didn't know who to turn to. And some of the ones I called friends, I mean, they were all friends with them. And they didn't want to, get involved. I understand. But I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to turn. And I felt truly alone in the gaming world. So that's when I just put my head down, and I didn't worry about any other creator. I just worried about myself. Now none of them stream. None of them make content anymore. None of them. And to this day, I still keep my head down. I'm not willing to put my head out there to get hurt. I don't take pain very well. Mental pain. I don't take rejection pain, that kind of stuff very well at all. And negativity in the gaming world has really, I love people. I'll reach out and talk, but I'm so scared to try to form relationships even more now than I used to be, because I'm so scared that one stupid thing is going to ruin all of it. And it's so sad. It's so one word, one sentence. And some people get so emotional about it, or they won't talk about it. They'll let it fester. And then it becomes such a big problem that once it finally reaches a head, there's no way to fix it. And then there's just all this lingering hate for no reason over the dumbest things. And I'm scared to put myself in that position again. So, have I ever encountered negativity? Oh, you betcha. Gaming, streaming, all of that. I've encountered it. Let's see. Next question. Are you going to make Minecraft Bedrock 1.20.10 valid in your server? What? Well, moving on. Let's see. Let me scroll this down. What would there be? Would there be any other mods for Minecraft coming out next year? I don't know. Probably. There's hundreds that come out every year. I guess. If you're talking about our server, probably not. Maybe I might add more stuff to the survival to make it more spicy and beautiful, but that's it. What has been, oh man, I love this question. I'm glad I'm reading this now. What has been the most rewarding thing about being a content creator? To know that the things I do, say, and all of that truly matter. They matter to people. I feel like I have a voice because of y'all. I feel like, I think that's the greatest thing. If I could walk away from anything, it's grown my confidence to speak on things, just in general, just to speak on things. It's nice to be able just to talk about things and have people listen to me in a respectful way, even if I'm wrong, because I'm not always right. No matter what y'all hear on stream, I'm not always right. I know I'm not, and sometimes I get a little egotistical. I'm not gonna lie, I do. That's just me. The one thing I've walked away the most is from content creation is being confident. Excuse me. One thing is being confident in like things I say and do. Like if I feel strongly about something enough, I can be confident about it, even if I'm wrong. I'd rather be confident and wrong than, well, not speak up at all. Does that make sense? Let's see. What advice would you give a creator that's looking to grow their brand? Find like-minded content creators to mingle with. Don't form a stream team. They never work at your size. They just do not work. You don't want to have a stream full of streamers. You want to have a stream full of viewers. So that's why I say that. A lot of these stream teams go out there and they're like, yeah, we're doing the stream thing, and yeah. But your chat's full of streamers, and the person that made the stream team is the one that benefits the most out of all of it, because they get all the glory and you don't. And yeah, it never works. So stay away from those. Stream something that you want to, that is relatable to people the most. One of the reasons why I picked vanilla Minecraft so much is because it's so relatable, and brands can easily identify with vanilla Minecraft. That way, if they have if there's like a mod or a different alternate way to play, you can adjust to it because you're a vanilla player. Like, for example, if I said, oh, I'm a modder, I'm a modding player, I play this mod pack specifically, or these mods specifically, brands are going to be a little bit edgy to approach you because you already have like modding. To me is like branching out from vanilla Minecraft. It's like a stick. Every branch ends. The main part of the tree, it's huge and it takes forever to get all the way to the top. I mean, branches, they're small and they end. So one of the reasons why I stick to vanilla so much is because it's brand relatable. And I mean, it's, if you look at something and go, hey, I built that over there, vanilla, versus, hey, I built that over there and modded, it stings a lot different. So that, and to grow it, I would try to make a bigger presence on Twitter, bigger presence on multiple platforms. I would dish out content on other platforms, and I would not get into don't get into the streamer drama and streamer wars. Don't show the negativity that stuff brings out. If you want to grow your brand, that's the best way to do it, in my opinion. That's what I did. Other creators have different opinions. That's mine. Just keep doing what you do. Growth will come over time. I've been doing this 6 years, and my growth is slow, as in really slow, but it's growth. And I'd rather have slow organic growth than fast, not organic growth and have that drop off and make me depressed. Because those kind of drops offs is what makes people quit. In my book. All this is my opinion, by the way. I didn't say I was factual. Let's see. Next question is, where do I think the future of content will look like? Well, COVID kind of showed there's a big rise and fall right now. streaming is in a weird place right now. Anybody that started like right before or during COVID, I think every single one of them that I know has either quit, gone back to work, or something along those lines. I don't know really anybody that's started before then. Creation is it's a weird thing. Like, you're guaranteed 5 years. If you start this and be consistent with it, 5 years will dictate where you go with it. And that goes with any creator. I don't care how big you are. 5 years. 5 years. And these are my own statistics. The only thing I made this up myself. 5 years. After 5 years, you're either done or you're going to continue. And yeah, I made it 5 years. I don't know how I made it 5 years, but I made it 5 years. I'm scared where content creation is going to go in like the next 5 years. You just don't know. I mean, in one solid week, we could see the end of any platform at this point in time. We could see 5 more platforms come out of nowhere and saturate it even further. Like, you just don't know. So I try not to think about the future because, I mean, if I did, I'd be worried that, well, with all the Twitch drama going on right now, Twitch could sink. I mean, something could sink. And then, I mean, I don't think Twitch is really going to sink, but it could. You don't know. I mean, Amazon could pull the plug any day. YouTube, Google could pull the plug on live streaming or something. Or I don't know, something. It's a weird world anymore. So to answer your question, I have no freaking clue. And I try not to think about it because it's scary. Next question. What are the essentials that you need as a content creator? You need an imagination and a vivid attitude. In my book, that's all you need. I mean, things, physical items. I mean, that's cool. You know, having a nice $5,000 freaking audio thing is cool. Having a $10,000 camera, that's cool. I mean, equipment doesn't get you, you know, where you want to be. It's your attitude and how you present your content. Whether you want to go up and speak or, yeah, that's another thing you need. You need creativity. You need to be able to do something that's different than everybody else to show your uniqueness in the sky and the empty. You need to be hold on. You need to be able to shine brighter than every other star in the sky. That's what I wanted to say. I can't wait to re-listen to this. This is gonna be fun. Let's see. Next question. When you look back over your career as a content creator, what is something that you would do differently and why? What would I do differently? I would have made I have a more of a streamlined way of doing events now. Like, they're very simple. I put it in a way where I don't have to be involved until the very end, because I think a few events that I've done before this year, the way the events were done and handled, I kind of changed it up as we went. And because I live in that world where I want to make everyone happy. I can't make everybody happy because then everybody just becomes miserable if I try. So I wish I could go back in time and change the way I did events to make them a lot more streamlined and a lot more not me-faced. Like, I'm always involved or I'm participating in it, because over the 6 years I've done this, every time I participated in an event, someone ends up upset. Someone ends up they're crying or they're upset about something. So if I had to do anything, I'd go back in time to every single freaking event I've hosted before this year and change it to where it's a specific way and that's it. I think things would have been a lot better that way. Let's see. Who/what, if any, content creators do you look up to, admire, and why? I mean, I have friends. I love them for their unique reasons. But if you're asking me, like, who do I, like, watch and be like, I want to be like that creator? I got none. I'm my own person. I know of other creators. I go and watch their content sometimes just because it's different and it's cool and it's neat and it's like, I don't know, so it's cool to watch something different other than my own stuff all the time. I'm not trying to say that in a cocky way. I don't get time. I don't get time to watch other creators long enough to form any kind of attachment or anything like that. I don't. And if I vibe with the person, I go in, try to vibe with the best I can, then I probably have to go make dinner or something. I just don't have the time to do that. So, to answer your question, yeah, no, there's none. I love my content. I love where we're going. And sometimes I'll watch other people's content just to, I'll get ideas sometimes, but admire, like, throw all my money, like that kind of stuff, I don't have one. Let's see. Ooh, the house is on fire and you have the chance to save one electronic device and one game. What do you grab and why? I grab my phone. All this stuff I have on my computer, it's all uploaded to a cloud. Anything important, it's all on a cloud. So I if all this blew up and everything, I'd be more upset I lost my fish. But yeah, it's whatever. As long as my wife, kids, and my dogs get out, I'm fine. If I have to choose electronic, it's my phone. Just my phone. And even then, I don't even need that because, well, everything's on a cloud, so none of that matters. It's just stuff. Let's see. Next question. What game do you think best represents you as a content creator and what? Minecraft does, because it's creative. Let's see. What revenue streams would you advise a building content creator to pursue and why? Hold up. What revenue streams would you advise a building content creator to pursue and why? Well, what kind of content are you looking to provide that does that kind of thing? That's the biggest question. Like, doing what I do, I didn't start this with the idea I was gonna make money. I did this just to see if I actually could do it. And yes, I do this full time, and the revenue does support my household. But when I started this, that wasn't the case. I can't honestly answer that question. I don't know what to tell you. Because remember me telling y'all earlier in the video that I just wing it? Kind of just wing it. That's all I've done, and it's worked out so far. Yeah. I don't know. Some people have these great strategies and stuff, and I don't have a strategy. Like I said, I'm very easy to read. I don't know how things are gonna go and work out. I just go with the flow, and if it works, then cool. Yeah, I'm sorry, bud. I can't answer your question. I don't know how to answer that. Let's see. Next question. What is a future goal that you have set for yourself and your business? Well, my original goal was to make it 5 years. And I made it 5 years. I don't know how I made it 5 years, but I made it 5 years. My next goal is to see if I can make it 10. If I made it 5, surely I can make it 10. That's really it, really. Let's see. Next question. If a game could be made in a real life experience, what would you? I would choose to live in Minecraft because I can build whatever the frick I want. Fish tanks, water features, the whole works, all the nines. Minecraft is my jam. And why? Because it's fun to be creative. And Minecraft's one of the only games that truly allows you to do it. See, next question. What has been your most memorable mini games night? So I have a confession. I don't have an answer for that. Because 90% of the time when I do mini games like that, when I end stream and I end my video and all that, I always worry that I upset somebody. So I have fun at the time, but I'm always scared I upset somebody. So where a lot, and I love playing with people and I love doing all that kind of stuff. But with all the years that I've done things and the stupidest thing has upset somebody, which causes lots and lots and lots of unneeded, useless drama, I almost get scared to do mini games nights with people because I'm scared that someone's gonna feel like I'm singling them out or I'm teasing them too much, or they're fun, but I don't have a memorable one because it's usually full of me being full of anxiety that I upset somebody. Sorry if that sounds really upsetting, but it's just the truth. So I don't have one. What is my favorite TV show? Game of Thrones? Will you bring back Stream Raiders? Probably not. It was a big distraction and it's hard for me to get people to actually use it. I would say if this video gets 50 likes, then I may consider it. This video, 50 likes. How are you so amazing at being just a stand-up author? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a caring guy, I guess. I have my moments, but I generally just care about people in general. People are awesome, and without you guys, I couldn't do this. So I got to turn that around and say thank you all for being such amazing, loving people, human beings on this amazing planet. Thank you so much. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the final question. Then I have a little bit of notes at the end. So here we go. Question number 30. When you first started streaming, was it a little weird? I'm getting into streaming myself. And how did you stay motivated when you had no people watching? Well, when I first started streaming, I didn't have anybody watching. Back when I wasn't family friendly, the few people that actually did tune in, I mean, they were cool, but they clicked onto my non-family friendly attitude, and that kind of provoked me to be continued non-family friendly. So when I switched to family friendly, for about a good month or two, there was no viewers. So I just got used to talking to myself, and I do that to this day. During my streams in the afternoons, my afternoon streams, usually nobody talks, and that's not a bad thing. It's called lurkers. I call it the lurker afternoons. I take those lurker afternoons and I just start talking to myself, or I try to bring up a topic or something that not bring people out of lurk, but the people that are maybe shy or don't want to say anything will say something. Like I usually always, it's a 100% success. It always works that way. Yeah. So hopefully that answered your question. How do I stay motivated? I mean, I like talking to myself now. I do it out in public all the time. I'll be at the store and I'll just randomly start talking to myself. Be like, I could use the beans, but I don't really need the beans. And sometimes people do stare at me and they go, you can see in their face, like, why is that dude talking to himself? He's weird. And then usually I see them looking at me and they'll look away and I'll start looking back at them going, leave me alone. I'm talking to myself. Is that okay with you? Is that okay? But it's not really okay. It looks really weird, but you know. So anyway, so my few notes. I really enjoy these Q&As. They're really cool. I enjoy them a lot. This is my first time really doing this kind of video, so anything is appreciated for feedback. If you guys like this enough, because I stream 6 hours a day, 6 to 8 hours, possibly more a day. I take care of 2 children. I got dogs, fish, I have the house to maintain. I have a lot going on. So to put a lot of effort into editing and all that stuff is fun, but it's because of that. It's why my Q&A took so long to upload. So if you guys like videos like this, I mean, I don't mind doing more of these. You just guys gotta let me know down at the bottom. Like, I don't mind this at all. This is actually very relaxing for me. So yeah, just feedback. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed. This is tallying up my Q&A 2023. I hope everybody enjoyed. I love you guys so much. Thank you all very much for all the deep, awesome questions. Hopefully I answered everybody's question. I will throw a little bit of this in though. I am an open book when it comes to questions with AMAs. I don't mind sharing things with you all and how I feel, how I truly feel about things, or how I don't mind sharing it, because I am a human just like everyone else. Everyone has their loves, thoughts, beliefs, and stuff, and so do I. And it actually feels kind of nice to talk about those things. Like, I have nothing to hide, but I also am not afraid to tell anybody the truth either. So yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it's long, and I'm literally rambling for good Lord, an hour. Well, this is gonna be a fun video to watch, huh? I love you guys so much. I hope everybody enjoyed. Take care. Again, I stream Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. till whenever I decide to go to bed. And my content is family friendly. The chat doesn't have to be, but I do. So be in moderation when you say your nasty words. I said natty. Natty. I love you guys. Y'all take it easy. Keep it hugs. I will see you all Friday, or, well, whenever I see y'all again. Yeah. Y'all have a great one. Love you guys so much. Keep it hugs. Hold on. Wait. Bye. Bye.